All right, friends. So it is now April the 18th of the year 2024, and I am in a bind. I got to tell you, I live on Social Security disability and a small pension, a disability pension from the state for my 18 years of teaching service. And I tell you, it's barely enough to get by. I have the mortgage and bills, and I have to pay. It costs me $350 a week just to get out of bed because it's a two-person job. So I want to spend a little bit of time. I just recorded the Keenan Strong 10th anniversary video, and I want to go a little bit further and just kind of tell you the financial darkness, evil, whatever you want to call it, that came afterwards. So it wasn't just the 750 and counting that was reported by my ex-sister-in-law. There was 250,000 already on the ground before Keenan Strong ever happened. So we're talking about upwards well over a million. But let's put that aside for a minute. When the nuclear family began to implode, my wife was taken out of the house by the police, and the taxes for 2014 were professionally prepared. This is the last year of my married life. Professionally prepared by a man named David West. And so he got us a $17,000 return. And I took a Sharpie in my mouth and made my mark, but the other party refused to sign only because she did not want to see me get my share of $8,500. And so I went without that $8,500. Fast forward, now my water softener in my basement imploded and the basement flooded. ServPro came out, got everything dry. Liberty Mutual did their assessment, and they cut me a $9,600 check to do the repairs for the finished basement. Problem was, the check got to the post office, and by change of address, it went to the other party, whose name was still on the life insurance, on the house insurance policy. The $9,600 check was cashed by my now ex-wife, and I never got that money. Now, people thought my going back to teach was an absolute triumph of the wills, and yes, it was. Of course, it was, but it was a financial calamity. Let me explain. So I went back to North Rockland, making my salary of $125,000. The other party in the divorce was working 2 days a week, making $25,000. The court they did what they always do, and the guy got hammered, and I was assessed with child support. And of course, I couldn't pay. I was paying extra money just to get out of bed to get to work every morning. So 2.5 years of arrears backed up. And the minute I retired from North Rockland, the other party went to DSS, where the courts ordered for child support. And my SSDI was garnished from $2,600 down to $950. I lived on $950 and $1,700 from the state. $1,700 went to the other party for the next 2.5 years. My house went into foreclosure. I had to have a fundraiser just to pay legal fees of $56,000. It was absolute financial calamity. And in the middle of all of it, in February 2019, my mom died of a stroke. And my brother Jim had to become the main guy, the go-to guy. And my whole family suffered. And we continue to suffer because of what was done by those people. The effects will reverberate for the remainder of my life. And now, as I sit here before you, the atrophy has gone to the point where it is terminal. And what's happening at the slightest movement, the flesh, what we used to be muscle, is tearing away from the bone. It's a process called shearing. It's incredibly painful. And you know what? I'm sitting here looking at, the last phase of my life and what I want it to be, and I'm struggling to stay positive. And I still pray. I pray for my persecutor. I move forward every single day. I've got this phrase in my mind, and it's what Jesus wants me to do. You fall, you fail, you sin, you hurt, you grieve, but get your hands back on the plow and get to work. And so every day, I put my hands back on the plow. I'm 70,000 words into my young adult fiction novel, and it is going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's full of faith. But I just want to take these few minutes to just kind of enumerate the darkness, that it wasn't just Keenan Strong. It was financial misdeeds going on and on and on. And it's still, she tries to hurt me in any way possible. And this is the life I'm living. But you know what? I continue to move towards the light. And I keep that phrase in my mind by the Christophers. It's better to light one candle than to curse the darkness. And every day I light the candle. So there it is. All right. I had to get that off my chest.